How about this? We're not going to even evaluate. We're not evaluating Thanksgiving meals and food and dishes. No, this year we're going to elevate the holiday meals, and we're going to set some meaningful goals for the new year. How about that? You're in the right place, good people. It is the right time, grand people. So, if you know anything about me, again, I'm Dr. Sunshine. Actually, I'm also the host of the Dr. Sunshine Show, which airs Sunday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. And if you know me, every Sunday morning, I'm encouraging you to grab your morning cup because we sip on enlightenment. And today is no different. Grab yourself a cozy drink. Yes, indeed, I do have mine. Get comfortable because we're going to dive into today's conversation and we're going to get it cracking. We're going to get it started right now. This hour, we're joined by Chef Kendra McCrary. Chef Kendra is the visionary owner and chef of catering. I like it already. A graduate of Le Cordon Bleu and a culinary artist with a rich cultural heritage. Chef Kendra has cooked for Holiday's elite. We're going to have her tell us about a few. And she's catered major events like the Super Bowl. Some connection there. We'll connect some dots there later this hour too. She's passionate about community and healthy living. She's here to share her tips for creating delicious, healthy holiday meals that can elevate us and bring people together and make the season exactly what it needs to be. I don't know about you, but if you're anything like me, I have some Thanksgiving responsibilities in the kitchen, and I can definitely use Chef Kendra to help me out. So, Chef Kendra, welcome to First Things First with Dominique DiPrima. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. I kind of lost my voice a little bit, so of
I,
course.
so you're letting us know straight out the gate, no radio voice this morning.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Yeah, yeah. We're with you. We're with you. No worries. We're gonna just roll. We'll roll through it. Listen, Chef Kendra, I am excited to have you on this morning because again, it's pre-Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving Eve, and I, like so many people, are responsible. I am responsible for food duty. I'm behind the stove
Right.
tomorrow and not
Yes.
necessarily behind the mic. And hey, I'm a little queasy. So with your incredible with your incredible culinary background and diverse heritage, I love that. I can't wait to hear your insights on keeping the holidays festive and healthy. So let me ask you
Okay.
some personal. Let's get into some personal inspiration if we can.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk about your journey into the culinary world. First of all, Le Cordon Bleu. I love saying that. I love
That's so funny.
saying that. Um,
Mm.
okay, let's talk. So your intro to the culinary world started with your grandmother, I understand. Yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You did.
Mhm.
My grand
Mhm. Go ahead.
my grandmother was Panamanian, so growing up with her, the food was a little bit different. It was more Caribbean style, but she liked to add a lot of soul to it as well. So she cooked for people all the time. It was her love language, and I just inherited that from her.
Caribbean food. So
Hmm.
that is not Caribbean food is not narrow, but rather vast. Um,
Yes.
I was fortunate enough to have a Jamaican grandfather. It's my step
Oh, nice.
grandfather, yeah. Who was like a father, but definitely grandfather, but definitely my step grandfather. And I loved a lot of the Jamaican cuisine, jerk chicken,
Mm,
curry goat. Like,
yes,
so when you say
yes,
Caribbean and Panamanian, what did that mean for you at Thanksgiving?
yes. So my grandfather was from Oklahoma, so she had to throw in some
Mm,
traditional soul food,
mm-hmm,
but she
mm-hmm.
definitely did the jerk. But in the Panamanian culture, they do like a coconut rice with pigeon peas.
Yes,
And
yes.
so that was just something that it warms my heart. And then she did a lot of the black eyed peas, but just added a few different flavor profiles to it. So it was just soul food with a twist, basically.
Soul food with a twist. I love it. I love it. And I'll
Yes,
tell you, if I may share a little bit of my skill or maybe non-skill, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I am right now. I'm trying to find my way. But I feel like stay in your lane and do your thing. So Thanksgiving at
yes.
my house is not going to be traditional at all. It's going to be
Mm,
it's going to consist of the things that I know how to cook, whatever two or three things those things are. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to venture out and do things that I cannot do. So
right,
I say that to say Thanksgiving meals don't have to be traditional. I wish that I
right.
could have like some coconut rice with peas, and I wish I could do that. So yeah, can let me ask you, can you share with us maybe a memory or a dish from those early days with your grandmother that still inspire your cooking today?
I would have to say that rice that I'm talking about because she didn't just make it. It was a very specific way, which interestingly enough, I hated it growing up. I was
What?
like, I do not want this. And as I got older, it was something that I really appreciated. But she wouldn't just do coconut milk. She would take dried shrimp and she would soak that in the coconut milk with thyme, fresh onions, and the pigeon peas. So it was just very rich with flavor.
This is going to be an interesting hour. I can assure you of that already because dried shrimp. Really?
Yes.
I mean, I've had dried
Yes.
mangoes. I've had dried, banana, beef jerky, dried shrimp. Interesting. Um, your particular heritage, just in the few minutes that we've been on, spans over, it seems, just like a wide array of cultures. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Is that
Yes.
fair to say? Um,
Yes, it is.
so how does that diversity and that exposure, how does it influence your holiday menu planning?
Well, what I will say is that my mom's mom is from Oklahoma as well, and so she had more of the traditional soul food. But my mom has 12 siblings,
Ooh.
and they all are married to people from different cultures. So getting together for the holidays for us, you see a little bit of everything at the table, and so I like to try to incorporate everybody's culture into the different holiday preparation.
I like it. Again, not
Yeah,
necessarily traditional. So
right.
so help us out. I'm going to ask you to help us out all hour long. But
Okay.
in this moment, just share with us, what did, the diversity of food look like on your Thanksgiving table?
So definitely there were tamales on the table,
Tamales.
and
Okay.
I've liked to soul food that up by making like a soul food style tamale. So it's still using the masa, but inside,
Help me.
instead of your tradition,
Help me.
yes, it's so good. Instead of your traditional filling, hold on one second.
No problem. No problem. We are going to we're going to
Oh,
be patient with this. How about this? How about this? Chef Kendra, why don't we just pause for a second? Let's take a quick breather. Let's recalibrate and hydrate, and then we'll pick right back up with what was traditionally on your table that was actually non-traditional growing up during the holidays. So we'll jump right back in there when we come forward.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward. We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Ray Richardson, your sports connection here at KBLA Talk 1580. Join me and my co-host Neil Scarborough every Saturday night at 7 for Out of Bounds, the show that brings some flavor to the world of sports for 60 minutes. We take you beyond the scores and press conferences. We give you our point of view, the way black folks see what's going down. You can join the conversation and give us your analysis at 1-800-920-1580. Out of Bounds every Saturday night at 7 on KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
You like the style, though.
Are you an entrepreneur looking to take your business to new heights? KBLA Talk 1580 is your partner in success. Every day, we celebrate and elevate black-owned businesses across our community. Our KBLA SMB Marketplace currently features The Cookie Dip, Badass Bakes, Hair Concoction, Higher Education Accreditation Consulting, LACC Radiology Technology Department, and Malik Books. Your business deserves to be heard. Let KBLA Talk 1580 amplify your voice and connect you with our powerful community of listeners. Email smb@kbla1580.com today. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DiPrima right now.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Hey, one more time.
Good morning.
Yeah. And a good morning it is. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. I'm hoping that you have grabbed your morning cups. We are ready to fill up your morning cups. We're pouring out enlightenment, good vibes, and sunshine this morning. Welcome forward. This is First Things First with Dominique DiPrima. And if you are just now tuning in and joining us, I am your guest host this morning. My name is Dr. Sunshine Crawford. I am also the host of the Dr. Sunshine Show, which airs on Sunday mornings from 8 to 9. But I feel honored to be here today in Dominique's stead. She is traveling, and she has left me at the helm. And we are already in full swing this morning with Chef Kendra, and we are talking about Thanksgiving dinner. What is on your menu this Thanksgiving? Are you having traditional cuisine? And what is traditional? Are you having non-traditional cuisine? I don't know. Whatever you're doing, we're here with Chef Kendra to help us out. Right now, Chef Kendra, welcome forward. Chef Kendra, are you good?
I am trying to be good. I'm trying to be good.
You know, Chef Kendra is having a voice hack. And I
Right.
feel like it's the enemy trying to prevent me from getting what I need to make my my Thanksgiving cheery and bright. And I'm determined we can get through this because I need that information that you have there. So, just before the break, Chef Kendra, you were telling us you were getting ready to share with us some of the diversity that sat on your Thanksgiving table. We already know there were
Correct.
tamales on your table with a
Yes.
soulful twist. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
What else? What else was there? Give us some ideas.
Lupia.
What?
Lupia was another one that was really delicious.
Okay,
Yes.
wait.
And
Chef Kendra. Okay, today I said it. I said, pull out your cup. We're going to be filling it up with enlightenment. Now, there are a lot of people who know what, did you say glupia?
no, lumpia.
Lu-
Lumpia. It's a
lumpia.
Filipino dish. Yes.
Okay, because Miles is like, no, girl, lumpia. Okay, I've never heard of lumpia. So can you share
Yes.
with listeners like me that are new to this game? We're just pulling up on lumpia this morning.
Yes. It's basically like an egg roll, but it's much smaller. And traditionally, it's filled with like pork and carrots, but you can fill it with vegetables, chicken, turkey. You can make it very creative. But the main difference is just they're much smaller.
Okay, so it's like a mini egg roll is what I'm
Yes,
gathering.
it's thin and small. Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so we had tamales, we had lumpia.
And then, of course, we had some vegans in the family. So doing some like collard rolls using fresh collard greens and filling those with vegetables and avocado and wrapping that and cutting it and making it into like kind of like sushi rolls, but with collard greens as the base instead of seaweed.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
So these are things these are food choices that you grew up with. These are not the things that you gathered at Le Cordon Bleu.
Right, correct. Yeah,
So
the cordon bleu is all about the butter and cream.
really, so rich,
Yes, yes,
rich, fluffy stuff. That sounds like how I like my coffee.
correct.
um, so I've heard this. I've heard that healthy food can sometimes be expensive. And when I say I've heard, yeah, I do hear people talk about this, but from my own experience, it seems like the healthier choices always have higher um, price tags as well, too. So, and
Mm,
particularly during this time, the holidays, and also the climate, the economic climate that we live in, how can
right.
people eat well without breaking the bank?
I think one of the best pieces of advice that I've heard, which I stand by, is shopping on the outer aisles. The things that tend
Mm.
to be more expensive have a lot of preservatives in them. But if you're sticking to like fresh fruits and vegetables and the things that are the refrigerated side, it's a lot more cost effective.
I love the way you frame that, sticking to the outer aisles. It's a very
Yes.
enlightening conversation for me. So I imagine that to mean things on the shelves, ah, have a lot of preservatives.
Yes.
Obviously, that's why they're
Yes.
on the shelves without the need for refrigeration or
Right.
things. So shop more veggies, more. When you say refrigerated, are you talking about like not the freezer section? That's also preservatives.
No, right. Not the freezer section, just the fresh meats, the fresh veggies. I think sometimes people get confused and think you can't get flavor from a lot of herbs and spices. And I like to shop at Trader Joe's as well because they're a lot more cost effective. Um, and I think that's something, even doing farmers markets, I think a lot of people don't go to farmers markets. And then when you go there, you find a lot of these fresh foods and you find the prices are a lot more reasonable.
Yeah. So that's another little tidbit to take note of. So let me ask you this question. I'm gonna drive down a personal lane. I am
Okay.
personally making an effort, and if I'm being totally transparent, it's not an effort that I am embarking on by my own, will or whatever. But I've been told that my sodium levels in my body are high and I really need to
Yes.
cut back on salt, like really cut
Yes.
back on salt. And that's difficult for people like me. I grew up in a soul food kitchen and my favorite
Right.
dishes are soul food dishes. And,
Right.
we're using salt, seasoning salt
Yes.
and seasonings that have sodium and salt. What are some ways that we can reduce salt and still hang on to good flavor?
Well, one of the big things that I like to tell people is sticking with. Hold on one second.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh my gosh.
Shop at the perimeter.
Sticking
Yeah.
sticking with herbs. Herbs it's all about flavor. When things are full of flavor, you don't miss the salt as much. And
Mm.
I think that people are so used to adding so much salt, there's no flavor in that. You're just tasting salty food. But if you add a lot of fresh herbs, you will be surprised how tasty dishes are, and you don't miss the salt. You can reduce the salt by half. That's what my mom has done because her cholesterol is really high, and she's had to reduce her salt. So she doesn't really put salt in anything, but we are so flavor heavy that you don't miss it.
Okay, so for listeners like me who do love traditional dishes or soul food dishes, what are some simple swaps that we can make that are a bit healthier without sacrificing flavor?
I would say using things like low sodium broths. If you're
Oh,
going to make your dressing and things like that, instead of getting the traditional, go with low sodium for the things that you get. That's one of the biggest things. And then even stuff like on the candied yams and things like that, you know, or yams are a lot better for you than regular white potatoes, but we don't have to add buckets of sugar to it. When you roast the yams, they actually provide a lot of their own natural sweetness, and so you can just limit how much that you're used to using, if
what
that makes sense.
it does. It makes total sense. What is your take on garlic and fresh garlic
I
powder?
love garlic. I
Ah,
love garlic. Fresh garlic goes in everything, and garlic powder, that's actually one of the ingredients in a spice blend that I make, which I call SPG, which is just kosher salt, pepper, and garlic powder. You would
mm.
be surprised what that does flavor-wise.
So I just want you to know, I am in studio with my notebook open, my pen to paper, and I am writing down all of these hacks. So just so that you know, I won't even call them hacks, but tips. And if you are listening, I'm hoping that you're doing the same thing. Hey, if you're listening and you want to join the conversation, I would love for you to do so. Chef Kendra and I are here for you and here for it all. 1-800-920-1580. Again, that's 1-800-920-1580. Um, I am here with Chef Kendra, and when we come forward, let's talk about diverse cooking for people on a diet. How about we do that? Yeah, hang with me. So much more to talk about when we come forward. You're listening to First Things First with Dominique DiPrima.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I'm Bray Wood with 4 things you should know from BIN News. The Department of Federal Energy's National Nuclear Security Administration will conduct low-level flights over Washington, D.C. from next Monday through December 13th to measure radiation levels. This is to ensure public health and safety during President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration. Daniel Andreas San Diego, an animal rights extremist linked to 2 bombings in Northern California over 20 years ago, has been captured in Wales by Welsh police, according to the UK National Crime Agency. He is accused of setting off pipe bombs at a biotech company and a nutrition company. A Florida man named Junior Boucher is charged with first-degree murder for allegedly beating a 65-year-old man to death with his own golf clubs and drowning him at Sandhill Crane Golf Club. He is being held without bond. And Tuesday's Mega Millions drawing didn't produce a winner, so the jackpot has grown to $514 million. The next drawing is on Friday. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 at BINnews.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 in my garage after I overpaid for new blinds. I researched the industry, hired my mom, and 14 years later, we're one of the largest retailers of custom blinds in the U.S. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Every player on the Dodgers roster will receive a check or deposit for $477,000. That's the player's share of the $46 million the Dodgers will receive today from Major League Baseball's postseason revenue earnings. The Dodgers World Series championship resulted in a nice holiday bonus for the players. Tonight is the third G League game for Bronny James with the South Bay Lakers. South Bay plays the San Diego Clippers at 7 p.m. at the UCLA Health Training Center in El Segundo. The stats for LeBron's son in his first two G League games are not impressive. Bronny is averaging 28.5 minutes, 5 points, 2.5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 turnovers, and he's shooting only 21%. Despite a 2-game losing streak, the Lakers go into tonight's game in Phoenix with the 4th best record in the Western Conference at 10-6. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
So this new dose is... nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
This season, Chevy brings classic pairings, cookies and milk, mistletoe and kisses, and your holiday plans and a new Chevy. Silverado 1500 gives you power and capability with 430 pound-feet of torque to haul your holiday tree. The Equinox EV and all-new Equinox, America's best compact SUV for new vehicle quality by J.D. Power, offer both confidence and style to see you through the holiday season. It's easy to see why Chevy makes everything better and brighter. Find your red tag. Get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select popular Chevy models when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Award based on 2024 models. For J.D. Power 2024 U.S. Initial Quality Study award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Offer available on all 2025 Equinox and 2024 Equinox EV, Blazer EV, and Silverado EV models. Monthly payment is $27.78 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment is 26.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 1/2/25.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Eyes Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avastin-capted Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Shit, it sounds so good to me. You gotta get on up.
Get on up. Wake up, wake up. Get on up. You gotta get on up. Wake up, wake up. Hey. Indeed, you do have to get on up. Wake up, wake up. Yes, top of the morning. Welcome forward. This is First Things First with Dominique DiPrima. I am sitting in for Dominique today. My name is Dr. Sunshine, host of the Dr. Sunshine Show, which airs on Sunday mornings from 8 to 9. And before we move further and forward, I have some exciting news that I would like to share with you all. I am embarking on a wonderful first for myself. I am releasing and have published my very first book. It is called Employ Your Pain, Putting the Hurt to Work for You. And its official release date is, drum roll, yes, Black Friday. This Friday, 2 days from now, you can pick up your copy of Employ Your Pain at all major online bookstores, Book Baby, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, all of those good places. So listen, if you are interested in transforming your pain into power and purpose, make sure you grab yourself a copy. In the meantime, we are gearing up for Thanksgiving Day, and joined with me today is a very special guest and appropriate for the holiday. Chef Kendra is here with us today, and she is dropping culinary nuggets. How about that? Welcome forward, Chef Kendra. Let's dive right back into it.
Yes.
Let's dive back into it. So I would like to pick up by talking a little bit about dietary concerns. And I say this because so many people are trying to eat healthier, not because it's necessarily their choice, me being one, but because it's like a mandate in order to continue to survive. So I'm hearing things, I've shared with you, sodium is an issue for me, but I'm hearing about people who have like lactose intolerance. They need to be gluten-free. You can talk to me a little bit about this keto diet, their vegan choices, so many things. People with diabetes need to watch sugar intake. So what are some tips for hosting a holiday dinner that can better accommodate everyone?
Well, I personally have a gluten intolerance myself, so I tend to use things that are gluten-free. And nowadays, there's so many more options. So one of the things that I do is with my mac and cheese, I use gluten-free noodles. And then instead of making a traditional roux with flour, I make a slurry, which is with cornstarch. So you do cornstarch, water, you add that to your cream or milk or whatever it is that you're using, and it will thicken it up just like a roux would, but it becomes gluten-free.
Okay, so again, for all of you people who don't really get down in the kitchen, but this year you're trying, Chef Kenya, continue, please, to enlighten us. So mac and cheese, we're doing roux and cornstarch and stuff. Oh my gosh, I am
Yep.
definitely
Yep.
taking, and people don't play about their mac and cheese. That is just
Right.
a staple dish. Don't
That's
play
one of my
around with my mac and
specialties.
cheese.
That's definitely one of my specialties, and nobody has ever known until now that it's gluten-free.
Ha, you got it here first. You got it here first. Okay, so here's the thing. So the gluten-free mac and cheese, it's such a wonderful substitute that no one has
Right.
even noticed that you've swapped it out.
Never. No one has ever known. And I even made it for Kendrick Lamar one time on a set of a video, and him and his bodyguard said it was like one of the best mac and cheese they've ever had.
Okay, Kendrick Lamar. I know that you. So I love that. Well, so we love Kendrick. They're not like us. They're not like us. So Kendrick is actually, obviously back as the top of our conversations and the source of topic lately. And speaking of Kendrick Lamar, I know that you have had the pleasure and honor of hosting meals for lots of celebrities. Any others that we may know?
Well, I've cooked for Lorenz Tate, Halle Berry. I've even done some things for Lisa Ray, the Kardashians, ironically. And they do a lot of healthy food. So I was able to put my soul into making food that was like plant-based.
Wow.
And pescatarian-based.
Wow. Let's stay here with so lots of celebrities. So I guess not that the tips weren't bona fide before, but hey, tips are bona fide. Okay. So
even for Dame Dash, and Dame Dash has diabetes, and so when I cook for him, I had to make sure that I'm watching the sugar, replacing regular sugar with pure maple syrup. Instead of fried chicken, I was doing like fried mushrooms for him, and he loved it. He called it ghetto gourmet.
Ghetto gourmet. So I love that you just brought in the whole diabetic thing. We had one of our listeners, our guests who is watching and in the chat on YouTube, Selena Rick says, "I am diabetic." And she says it, she adds a sad face. And I would imagine, people who are diabetic and have these dietary concerns are sometimes feel, disheartened. Left out of but how do you make mushrooms taste like chicken?
Well, it's very easy because it's really all about the flavors and the seasonings and spices that you're using. It can transform anything, and there's so many different types of mushroom. There's lion's mane, there's chanterelle, which can actually shred like chicken. And so I think just diversifying our palate and shopping at different stores, like if you go to an Asian grocery store, it's a lot cheaper, and you're going to find a lot more variety.
Oh, Asian grocery stores. Never even crossed my mind to do so.
It's actually very cool.
So, if we just roll back a bit, I recall you made the mac and cheese for Kendrick Lamar. I do know that you've also prepared meals for the Super Bowl. Which Super Bowl was it that you catered?
It was the most recent one. That was in Los Angeles.
Oh, cool.
When was that? It seems like ages ago. 2022 maybe.
But it was on fire. And those of us in LA can definitely remember and recall that we were on fire. Listen, if you have a question for Chef Kendra, if you want a personal tip, if you want to share what it is that you may do that's different and out of the box and healthy, feel free to join in on our discussion. You can do that at 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. We are welcoming your input, your experience, your recipe, etc. Go ahead and give us a call and join in on the discussion. Okay. I want to shift over to community and culture if we can. So you're passionate about providing healthy food, and we know that because in Healthy Food Options, you've done a wonderful job of helping us understand that. But we also know that specifically in South LA, there are, in fact, food deserts. In other words, places where healthy food choices aren't as readily available as even as options for us to choose from. So how can listeners, maybe in similar areas, make the most of limited resources and access for the holiday?
Well, I'm really sad that my restaurant, it used to be right down the street in Lamert Park, which we were providing those options. We've closed, but we will be reopening in the next year or so. We've got a new location and everything, so I had to throw a quick plug in for that.
Oh, yeah, we'll be looking out for it. Do we have a name of it already?
Oh, it's still going to be Swift, but instead of Swift Cafe, it's just going to be called Swift.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to be looking out for the grand reopening of Swift. Are you back in Lamert Park again, or we don't quite know where you're going to be?
It's going to be a little bit further down on Crenshaw.
Okay.
Closer to like 54th and Crenshaw, that area.
Wonderful. Swift, we'll be looking out for you. Okay, so that is one way that you are addressing the food desert issue here in LA.
And,
we'll definitely be looking for that.
There's two other recommendations I have. One, there is a farmer's market that's on Slauson, and I believe they're there on Saturdays and Sundays. So I think really taking advantage of the farmer's market, and then Prosperity Market is run by two Black women in South LA, and it's a traveling farmer's market. So people that are not mobile or don't want to go out, you can actually go and place your orders online, and somebody will deliver it to you. Those are other ways to avoid some of the food issues.
Wow. Well, definitely appreciate that, and making note of that as well too. So listen, I am here with Chef Kendra, and as you can see, there's a lot to talk about, a lot to gain, a lot of wisdom, a lot of nuggets, a lot of tips for experienced cooks in the kitchen and people maybe not so experienced in the kitchen. We're going to take a quick pause. When we come forward, I have a question for you, Chef Kendra, from the YouTube chat that I would love to break down and parse out. And also, I want to talk about some of your personal favorites. So you all roll with me, hang with me. More with Chef Kendra when we come forward.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
Medicare open enrollment is here, and it's a time you can make changes to your health coverage. Yet, watch out for enrollment and marketing scams. Remember, Medicare will neither call you nor solicit your business. Guard your card. Never give out your Medicare number to strangers. Unsolicited calls, door-to-door visits, and emails are prohibited. Take your time. Don't feel pressured to make a quick decision. Report scams to our California Senior Medicare Patrol at 1-855-613-7080.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SNAP to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SNAP for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SNAP for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
We knew you'd stick around. This is LA's home for progressive talk radio. Welcome back to KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome forward. This is First Things First with Dominique DiPrima. I am your guest host for today. I'm Dr. Sunshine Crawford. I'm also host of the Dr. Sunshine Show right here on KBLA Talk 1580, Sunday mornings from 8 to 9. This morning, we're joined with Chef Kendra. Chef Kendra, let's just jump right back in and get right back at it. Chef Kendra, there is a question coming to you specifically from YouTube from Starving Myself to Life. I love that. Starving myself to life. And her question is, what are your thoughts or your opinions about fasting? I imagine as a chef, it is not something she promotes that hard. What are your thoughts about fasting?
In what context? Like for like religious purposes or just in general?
Well, she doesn't specify, but I'm assuming not religious purposes, but just, there are so many diets that include regimens, of fasting. So what do you think about fasting? What are your thoughts about fasting in general as it comes to, dieting and health?
I mean, I think that could be interpreted different ways. I think, people can fast in certain ways. Like, say, you go every Monday without meat. You're fasting from animal products or things like that, or fasting from preservatives or sugar. So I think fasting in different realms is actually good for you. I do know there's some people that do intermittent fasting where, they won't eat for, 12 hours or something, and they only have like an 8-hour, 10-hour window where they eat. I've personally never done that, but I do think it's good to eliminate certain things from your diet just to see how your body reacts and responds, because you might realize there were things that you were consuming that actually weren't good for you, and when you remove them from your diet, you felt so much better.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Are there any particular diets that you I know this is kind of a wide question, but recommend or have known to be more effective than others for any specific reasons? Any diets that we should maybe look into?
It's interesting you ask that because I'm actually in school to become a certified holistic nutritionist. and just learning and understanding the body. I will say that there's not one diet that I think works for everyone. I think it really just depends on you, your body type, because what might be healthy for one person might kill somebody else. So I think it's just important to know and understand your body and experiment with things. But you know, if you have diabetes and things like that, definitely like limiting your carbs, limiting sugar. I mean, anybody can do that, and that's going to be good for them.
Yeah, that's good stuff, and I really appreciate your sharing that. Personal favorites. I promise to get into personal favorites. What are your personal favorite dishes to make for the holidays? And is there a healthy twist that you've added over the years?
Well, one thing I will say is that I've always hated turkey because everybody overcooks their turkey. Everybody.
Yeah.
It's like I need to give a tip about that. But you can also do two different things, which I love to do. One is you can brine your turkey, where you're just basically creating a water bath that has sugar, herbs, and salt. You soak your turkey in it, and that's it. And then once you remove it, you roast it. You don't have to add any more seasoning. It makes it more juicy. I would challenge people to do something different, like a jerk turkey.
I like the whole idea. I love the whole idea. I wonder if people overcook turkey for the same reason why sometimes chicken is overcooked. Could it be because the meat on the inside, it's hard to determine that it's cooked thoroughly and all the way through?
Yeah, but I think that people should probably invest in a thermometer because the thing is, whether it's a turkey or whether it's chicken, poultry is cooked fully at 165 degrees. And what people have to realize is that once you take something out of the oven, it is still cooking. You don't take it out and it magically just stops. It's still going to increase. So I take things out about 8 to 10 degrees lower than the temperature it should be at, and then let it rise to that temperature. And then you can use a thermometer to stick in there to check.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to invest in a thermometer only because it'll make me feel more like a chef. I'll feel more like a boss in the kitchen. That's why I think I want to do it. So listen, I want to move into something I call a quick fire round as we are rounding out the hour. I want to do I'm calling it the quick fire round. Let's do a quick rapid fire. I'm going to ask you four questions, and then you just give me your round fire answer, your quick rapid fire answer. All right, you ready? You ready?
I guess.
Okay, here we go. This is good times, fun things, and to get your brain working in the morning. Okay, first question: your best holiday spice? Thyme. The most underrated ingredient?
Ooh. Shoot, can I switch my answer?
I thought you were going to say. Yeah, okay, your best holiday spice?
Cinnamon.
Your most underrated ingredient?
Thyme.
Which we need more of. Your favorite holiday drink?
Ooh. Eggnog, the lactose version.
Okay.
Oat milk eggnog.
Okay. And what food trend are you hoping to see more of in 2025? More curry. Listen, I love all of those answers. Hopefully, folks have taken copious notes as I have this hour because we now know that Thanksgiving can be tasty and healthy at the same time without losing tradition. Chef Kendra, you have been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us today. It has been my complete treat. Is there any, final words that you would like to say before we sign off?
I would just say, please don't leave your leftovers in for 7 days. After a few days, let's throw that stuff out, okay?
That is the best, the healthiest tip of the entire hour. Listen, folks, thank you so much, Chef Kendra. Listen, folks, more to come in this 7 o'clock hour. Make sure that you stay with me. Stay tuned. This is First Things First with Dominique DiPrima.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bray Wood with 4 things you should know from BIN News. The Department of Federal Energy's National Nuclear Security Administration will conduct